Day 689, being Christopher Cruz. Just got off of my call with church. There's a lot of calls today. I'm so mentally tired. I don't think doing more than 2 calls a day is the best thing because it doesn't feel like a lot of self-care. So I'm going to have to spread out my calls over the 3 days that I'm not at church. But the calls are so good and so powerful. The first one, helping her get closer to God, which was just amazing and powerful. The second one, coaching call, also talked about her relationship with God and the unforgiveness that she has and gave her an exercise to go do with that. Third call, was one of the guys from the event that I spoke at. He messaged me the other day and said, hey, I was dropping my kids off from school and the Lord told me to schedule a call with you. And so we scheduled a call, got on the call, wasn't really sure what was going to happen. But we started going and he's explaining this and I'm explaining that. I'm like, listen, this is all great, but you're still playing small. You're still avoiding. You're meant to be speaking on stages. You're meant to do that, do this, do that. And then he gave me this story of, what's holding him back from, speaking and what happened and everything in church and all this stuff. And, I just got this clarity. God just gave me this clarity of what I need to say to him. And, he took it, he understood it. It also frustrated him, which was a good thing. And he's like, I know you don't have the answer to this question, but what the frick does God want from me? And I was like, I do have the answer. And I looked over and I had my notes from the devotional yesterday when our pastor was speaking. And he said, if you want to know, if you're waiting for God to give you an answer on something or give you a command on something, just think back to what is the last thing he told you to do that you still haven't done? Because a lot of times we think that we're waiting on God, but in reality, he's waiting on us. And so I was like, I do have the answer. And we went to that. And then it was just so good. It was so good. And it's crazy because I'm preaching to this guy and he used to be a pastor. I'm preaching to a freaking pastor and helping him see his lack of faith, helping him see his anger and resentment towards God. And it was crazy powerful and helping him see listen, God called you to do something and you didn't finish the job. And it was just like, whoa. It was bold. It was so bold. But that's what God gave me to give to him. And we didn't know why God wanted us to have the call, but we knew why after that. So it was crazy powerful, and I know it broke through to him. God has just given me this permission to be really direct and straightforward and blunt with people. And he's given me the ability to do it in this kind of loving way where people can actually accept it. And it hurts and they know it's right, but they also know it's coming from love, so they don't freak out. He's just given me this permission to be so real and direct with people. And I think that's part of what makes me a really good coach is I tell people what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. And it makes a difference. I'm not going to dance around things. I'm not going to sugarcoat things because that doesn't help people. And so that was super powerful. And then right after that, got on another call with another friend from that event. And had this awesome conversation, got to know her story and how she came to God and all that stuff. And she watches most of these videos. And she's the second person to tell me she listens to the videos while she's getting ready in the morning, as if it's a podcast or something. And that is just the craziest thing to me that people do that. But she always leaves really inspirational comments and just deep wisdom where I have to screenshot it because I have to review it. But she's just so encouraging. And she brought up something interesting. She's like, when I saw you speak on stage, I had no idea that you didn't fully believe. Like, I would have thought you believed completely. And I was like, yeah, isn't that crazy? Like, I speak with such certainty about God and so much confidence that you would think that I believed completely. But I kept telling everyone, I'm not fully there yet. I'm getting there. I'm not fully there. And that was a lie. And because I did fully believe, and that's why I could speak so passionately about it, because I can't speak passionately about something I don't believe in. So it doesn't even make sense. And so she was like, yeah, you clearly believed. So yeah, we had a really good conversation about, how people are and with God, and how much more powerful people could be, and how much more faith people could have. And it was just a really good conversation. And so yeah, that was awesome. And then had our church group on Zoom. Our pastor spoke, and then we got into groups, and I was just sitting there, and I didn't pay attention to most of it because I was just too tired to pay attention. I was just present, but not there. I was there, but not present. There we go. Because I was just so tired. So I'm gonna lay down, and yeah, I have one coaching call in the morning, and after that, and on that call with her, she's like, have you read Romans 6? I think it was 6 or 5. I know which one it is in my Bible. And I'm like, I don't know. And I open it up, and I have read it. And, but I didn't highlight it. And so if I read something in the Bible, but I don't highlight it, it's either because it doesn't feel relevant, or like it's not significant, or it's so deep that I have to read it really slowly to process it. And so I got to 5 or 6 or whatever she recommended. I think it was 5. And I got to it, and I was like, the chapter before that was fully highlighted. And I looked at it and I was like, oh my God, I was reading this a week ago, and it was so intense and like so deep that I just kind of like paused on it. And she said, God is just like giving me that for you. I think there's something very personal in that to you. So I'm going to read that because that was powerful. So yeah. So I have one coaching call in the morning. I'm going to try to relax tomorrow, get re-centered on like, okay, what is the command that God gave me? And what are the things that he gave me to steward that I have avoided? And so I'm going to look at that. And then we have this thing called She's Fearless tomorrow, which is an event at church for the women. And I have to go to that to help set it up and do all that. So that was good. And then with my food, I'm just doing so good with food. Like today I had a salad with chicken, and yeah, it's just my temptation to eat bad food has just literally disappeared. It's so crazy to me. I did not know that was possible. But yeah, to go from where I was craving bad food literally every day, where I was having, I was having fast food every day, to go from that to just cold turkey is just like, wow. And that is all God. Like that is just, yeah, that's awesome. So, yeah, that was great. And I'm tired. And it's time for me to